Hi, my name is Sarah.
I'm Jordan.
Hey, I'm Devaughn.
And I'm Addison.
And our product is the Ramblin' Rentals. This service allows you to borrow specialized kitchen equipment as well as lend out any extra equipment you might not be using. We do not think you should invest in this business, and here's our story.
In our first round of interviews, we identified a market of Georgia Tech students struggling to find space in their small apartment for many kinds of specialized kitchen equipments that are infrequently used, such as blenders and Instant Pots.
We also noticed that there are many students who struggle with either storing or getting rid of these specialized kitchen equipment when moving out. And on the other hand, we have students who wish that there was a more convenient way of obtaining these specialized kitchen equipment when they needed it temporarily.
We recognized the complementary nature of these predicaments, and we went about developing a service with which we could facilitate students renting out, or exchanging kitchenware.
Thus, we began drafting a minimal viable product for an on-campus kitchenware rental service. This service would be an app that listed some specialized kitchen equipment that users could borrow for a few days from parcel lockers like this one conveniently placed around campus.
After collecting our data, we revisited our business thesis to attempt to narrow down our focus to a smaller segment of customers. We drafted new questions and went ahead to collect more data.
After our second round of interviews, we learned that majority of the specialized kitchen equipment that students want to borrow can be boiled down to three main items: a rice cooker, a blender, and an Instant Pot. Not only that, we also learned that many interviewees were concerned about their equipment being mishandled if they were to lend it out.
We used this new data to modify our initial MVP by reducing our initial offerings to just 3 actions: pickup, drop off, and return, and only renting out Instant Pots, rice cookers, and blenders. In the app, a map would show the available locations for pickup conveniently located in accessible places of campus.
Although our interviews did reveal that these problems all do exist at Georgia Tech in different and often overlapping sectors of students, we discovered through multiple rounds of interviews that there are disproportionately more students who need to rent equipment than those who desire to give or rent out their own.
Most of the kitchen equipment we'd be receiving would be from before summer when students are graduating, or from after summer when interns are going back home. However, students will most likely need to rent year-round. We may not have enough equipment to rent out.
And even though kitchen equipment is constantly used to cook many different kinds of foods and has been cleaned several times, we learned from some of our interviewees that they were not very comfortable renting some used kitchen equipment.
Although our initial MVP and interviews showed merit, we quickly learned that our idea had many flaws which may likely prevent us from growing. If our later rounds of interviews had demonstrated a stronger interest in our service, perhaps we would have continued pursuing our startup.
We truly believe that this idea has the potential to be a great success on a larger scale, but we do not believe that it is feasible to get Ramblin' Rentals off the ground.